All right, here's a funny story. President Trump has upset some of his supporters. What did he do? He endorsed Senator Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, the former Trump critic. So Newsweek reports Trump endorsed South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham's re-election bid in a post on his Truth Social website Tuesday. But the move didn't sit well with some members of his MAGA base, with several commentators labeling him a Republican in name only, Rhino. So they're talking about Lindsey Graham, by the way, not Trump. Graham has announced he'll seek a fifth Senate term at the 2026 midterm elections, though he is widely expected to face a primary challenge from within the Republican Party. Boy, would that be entertaining to watch. But it looks like Trump might be putting a lid on the possibility of that. Newsweek contacted Graham's D.C. office for comment on Thursday by email outside of regular office hours. Graham was initially a sharp Trump critic, branding the then Republican presidential candidate a race-baiting, xenophobic religious bigot in December 2015 to a loyal and outspoken supporter. I remember that all too well. It was 2015. It was during the Republican primary. Lindsey Graham was not doing as well as he had hoped to in the polls. Donald Trump was doing very well in the polls. And Lindsey Graham was like, that's it. I'm going to go out and I'm going to attack Trump. Trump is a bigot. He's racist. He's orange. He's bad. He's xenophobic. He's race-baiting bigot. And then, Trump went after him too. This demonstrates the extent to which the GOP has changed in the Trump era and that the president is prepared to forgive a previous opponent, though some grassroots MAGA supporters believe Graham can't be trusted. Ted Cruz, the senator from Texas, is another great example of this, fighting over their wives and stuff, calling his wife ugly, and Ted Cruz being like, Donald, you're a coward and a bully, shame on you. And then he ended up acquiescing and doing phone calls for Trump in the 2016 election. And now he's like, I'm Ted Cruz and I'm MAGA. Yeah, so let's see. On Wednesday, Trump endorsed Graham on Truth Social, writing, Senator Lindsey Graham has my complete and total endorsement for re-election. Everyone in South Carolina should help Lindsey have a big win next year. Graham welcomed the endorsement on X, which he said means the world to him. But some of Trump's grassroots supporters were sharply critical. On X, Kylie Jane Creamer, an organizer of the January 6th Save America rally, which ended with hundreds of Trump supporters storming Congress, shared the president's post, adding, love Trump, and this changes nothing, but he is wrong on this endorsement. The American people are tired of this rhino in South Carolina. Oh boy. Mila Joy, a Trump supporter from the state of Washington, with over 198,000 X followers, also shared a screenshot of Trump's message, adding, Trump cannot be serious. Anyone needs to primary Lindsey Graham. Okay, cool. Let's get some hardcore lefty Republican, to the extent that those exist, and see what happens. Will they actually go, you know what, I like this person and not Lindsey Graham. Get someone to the left of Lindsey Graham, even though Lindsey Graham is, there's plenty of people to the left of him. He's just a neocon, and he's criticized Trump in the past. That's basically why they don't like him. They were all applauding him after he yelled at other senators for grilling Brett Kavanaugh during his confirmation hearings. So, they go back and forth between liking him and not liking him, but he has failed in some ways to earn the Trump supporters' support. In, Ted Cruz and others, Marco Rubio, some of those critics, they have. And Marco Rubio is now in Trump's administration. The Being Libertarian X account, which has nearly 288,000 followers, commented, a Trump endorsement of Lindsey Graham in 2025 is a sad reminder that politics is ugly and the swamp still has a lot of power. Sad. Banshee, a writer for conservative website Red State, posted, it's not so much that Trump keeps endorsing Lindsey Graham that bothers me. Politics is transactional, though if another Republican endorsed Graham, they'd be tarred and feathered. It's more the lying about who Graham is that gets me. America First Insight, a group which says it exists to champion an American First agenda, also shared a screenshot of Trump's endorsement on X, adding, well, I'll tell you what, we certainly won't be endorsing Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham, a longtime critic of Moscow, attracted attention in February when he suggested Volodymyr Zelensky should leave office after he clashed with Trump and Vance in the White House with journalists watching on. However, Graham has also urged the Trump administration not to abandon Ukraine, saying doing so would be worse than Afghanistan with regard to the 2021 U.S. and allied withdrawal, which led the Taliban to control the country. So if you're sympathetic to Ukraine at all, and you're in the Republican Party, the MAGA movement is going to come for your head. So obviously Lindsey Graham also, he's not like Mr. I hate Ukraine or I hate Russia. He's somewhere in between. But for them, it needs to be, we hate Ukraine. You know, they hate Ukraine so much. If you support any funding for them, you are a neocon, you are America last, you're a loser, you need to be primaried. And so I guess Lindsey Graham's found himself in a tough spot because the Trump-Vance regime is a very authoritarian pro-Russia regime, and they berate anyone, you know, anyone who's our ally not named Israel. So tough spot for Graham in his foreign policy. Will the Trump supporters turn out to vote for him? Let's face it, he's probably gonna make it through the primary. I think he's just entrenched there. You know what I mean? Like, he's baked into the system. He's grandfathered in. Those Republicans in South Carolina go, yep, time to go vote for Lindsey Graham. And he'll go, oh, thank you. I love Donald Trump. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This has been The More the Merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.